So I think first I'll talk about kind of like student to student. So I think that we all have our own like insecurities, right? Our own like baggage that we come to school with each day. And so it might feel uncomfortable for you to be the person to like reach out to someone or start a conversation with someone who you've never talked to before. But that same person, you know, could also feel like uncomfortable doing that. So I think it's important to just like take a chance, like say hi to someone that you've never said hi to before in the hallway. You know, if you're in groups or partnering up in class, you know, pay attention to who is maybe getting left out, who isn't someone that has a partner. How can you reach out to that person? That might make that person's day in such a profound way just by including them in something that is so simple as like, you know, I don't know, a math problem or something like that. Or even just saying hi to someone, you know, that you've noticed maybe doesn't have the connections at Truckee High School, have the friends at Truckee High School. Getting outside of your bubble, I think is huge.
Ooh, taking relationships, like, and connecting. I really enjoy that concept and thinking about how we can relate to each other in a different way. I always encourage people to listen. So many times we talk to each other and get to know each other and kind of forget to actually hear what the other person is saying. And in a lot of conversations, we can learn so much from each other and find more things that we're interested in each other about when we can take a moment to just listen to another person before responding or agreeing or doing things like that. Like normal conversation is also sometimes sort of challenging. And so practicing and thinking about like what are some questions that I want to be asked about myself and how can I turn that around and ask other people those things. By asking each other questions that are fun to answer, we can have all these discoveries about each other that catalyze and kind of like make these explosions of opportunity and curiosity that continue good relationships and happening. So
we are all so consumed and so busy with kind of our own agenda, and I think all of us have technology in our lives that is so helpful, and these iPhones. I mean, one of the most simple things is the putting that away and that human connection, that eye contact, that seeing people in the hallway and greeting and saying hi. And it sounds so basic, and yet it is something that we've seen change, you know, in like high school culture over the last, you know, decade.
Totally. New connections are hard because it oftentimes feels more comfortable just sticking to myself and doing something that feels natural and normal. But look for opportunities to learn something or to grow in some way, or to be engaged in especially a club or activity. There's so many clubs at this school, and there's also so many interests that people have that aren't a part of clubs that you can discover with each other and have new people to talk to about those things. Like crystals. Oh my gosh, there's so many students that are really pumped about crystals. And there's no crystals club, but like get a couple people in a room and talking about some rocks that make them vibey. It's like a new way of knowing each other, and you feel connected in a new way. It feels really good. So consider like if it feels hard to do all of the things, choose one or two interests that you want to pursue or you want to learn more about, and ask a question or find at least one person who has a similar interest and hang out.
Putting oneself out there, it can be really hard, but we just had Clubapalooza last week, and it was so fun to see that energy and seeing students getting involved and trying something new, and so many great different clubs of different themes represented. It was just really inspiring. So whatever it is, getting involved in something, whether it is a club or a job outside of school, you know, can be so rewarding too. I think it's so individual, but I guess that whatever we do, like trying, and it's hard to be fully present and fully there, and acknowledging the humans around us.
I think that also like making friendships, if you want to call it, with your teachers, with your counselors, with admin, like we're yes, we are the adults on campus, but we try not to be like the scary adults on campus, right? Like we are here to support you. We want to create relationships with you where we get to know you and your interests and all of that good stuff. So like we're here and your teachers are here as well. And so I would just say like make an effort to form those relationships as you go through.
One thing is that all the staff at this school want to know the students. And it can feel intimidating to talk to a teacher or an adult, especially if you know that they are in charge of grading in your class. But we all work here because we want to support students and the growth of students, and we want to know who you are. First step is to just go introduce yourself to the teacher. Or if there is something that the teacher taught you in class that day that you appreciate, just say thanks. And start up a conversation, or like give yourself a chance to start up a conversation, or message them or send them an email that gives them some knowledge that like you're in that class. And it, once that happens in a little bit of a way, it will keep amplifying itself. It's like it's an idea that bounces back and forth, and it feels really good to make those connections. And once you just try it, you recognize that it's not that hard.
For counselors, for example, we always welcome students to pop by, drop in and see us, send us an email. I mean, a lot of it, and I think so many students have been so impressive and become really, proficient at utilizing email and checking that. That's certainly one way. And again, that's that screen. But, you know, sticking around after class, checking in with your teacher in person, asking to set a time to connect, you know, either after school or at lunch. And then, of course, for counseling and wellness staff, pop in, see us, set an appointment with us. We love that face-to-face.